Good morning, this is Rabbi Shlomo Furst. I'm substituting for Rabbi Reuven Levitt. This is Yeshiva Samad Navshi, located in Yerushalayim Eretz Kodesh, not too far from the central bus station, so you can walk from there, take a bus, of course, driving if you have your own car, or carpooling, and if you're flying from Eretz Israel to Eretz Israel, please stop in and join us. We'd love to have you participate in our sharing. We're learning something which is relevant to the last several parshas of Shavua, that's Shmos, Veira, and parshas Bo, so this week's parshas Shalach. Something is irrelevant. We'll see from the Teresh Reuven Yonah to Pirkei Avos in the first parak, Mishnah Tes Vav. So let's begin. Lou, maybe you want to read the Mishnah Tes Vav.
Shammai Omer, Oseh Torah Sicha, make your Torah, Kava Amur Mi'at.
Right. Good.
Ve'osei Harbe, and make many.
And do Oseh Harbe, do a lot, meaning
And do a lot.
Omer Ma'at, say little, Oseh Harbe, and do a lot.
And say little, do a lot. V'havei mikabel et kol ha'adam bisavar panim yafot.
Savor panim yafot.
Savor panim yafot. And have a pleasant face.
Yeah. To everybody, give a nice, pleasant face greeting to everybody.
Receive every person.
Yeah, he's right.
What's
It should be.
And it should be that you receive every person with a smiling face.
Right. So Shammai said as follows: Osa Torah Keva, you should have your Torah fixed, meaning it shouldn't be something which is left up into happenstance. You should have a fixed time to learn, right? Fixed, cover is fixed. It should be something which is constant and fixed, not left to chance. And Omer Ma'at, when you speak, you should speak briefly or a little bit. But when it comes time to doing things, do a lot of things. But you don't have to talk about them. Just go about your business and do them without having to mention and talk about it so much. And finally, the Kabbalah Kolam, V'sever panim yafos. So receive everybody with a pleasant, smiling face. Okay. Let's take a look at Rabbeinu Yonah, which is the bottom parish here. About, in our edition here, it's about 4 lines down into the left-hand column.
Shammai Omer.
And this is Shammai, the Rav Shammai, not Beis Shammai, not the Talmidim of the Yeshiva of Shammai. This is Shammai himself.
Oh, okay. Oseh Torah Secha Kava, make your Torah fixed. Kamo She'amru, like that they say, Be'avos, in Pirkei Avos.
No, Avos to Rabbi Nathan.
Pardon?
Finish reading. Avos to Rabbi
Yeah,
Nathan.
2 more words, it goes together. But Avos de Rabbi Nassan.
The Rabbi Nassan. What's that?
That's, if you hold your finger here,
Okay.
that's a little bit further on. Here you have, Avos de Rabbi Nassan, which is a somewhat like, you could think of it as a Gemara on Avos. Avos are basically just Mishnayos, and the 6th parak is Tosefta.
Avos being Pirkei Avos?
Pirkei Avos, right.
That's
So
right.
that's Pirkei Avos is Mishnayos, simply Mishnayos. There's no Gemara on Pirkei Avos, but Avos to Rabbi Nassan is somewhat what we would consider to be like a Gemara on the Mishnayos of Avos.
So Rabbi Nassan was a Tana?
Why there's no Gemara on Avos, I don't know. I haven't yet to find a good explanation why that is.
There's no dinim.
Yeah.
There's no dinim?
No laws in Avos. It's Miros and Musa.
Yeah, okay. But you have a Gadita in the Gemara, so you have none din topics.
Yeah,
Kol-
something I'm still trying to work out. Resolution.
Kol ha'oseh toraso akir,
Iker,
ikar,
primary.
primary. Everyone who makes his Torah primary, who malachto tifla,
Tefela, meaning secondary. Meaning you're
Or
everyone.
ancillary.
Yeah, you should make your activities in Torah, right? That should be primary, and then your work, right? I mean, whatever work you do should be.
and his work secondary. I see. The Osin makes,
Yeah, oh, sorry.
Oto himself, Ikar primary, Olam haba in the world to come.
Right, so, big statement. If you
Mm.
make anybody who makes his Torah Iker primary and Malati Tefela, also Iker Olam Haba, that person will become primary in Olam Haba. Right? Meaning, Olam Haba, when we were learning the Rambam in Hilchos Tshuva, so the Rambam speaks at length about Olam Haba meaning the different understandings, different dimensions of Olam Haba, what that means exactly. But that basically, we're not. I don't think we're speaking about the spiritual world where the neshama resides, or it's going to be the time after Tkiyas Amazing, where people will come back, right? But whatever that is, whether it's completely spiritual or it's going to be another physical type of an existence, the people who will be primary in those existences will be the people who made the Torah primary in this world. That the ones who neglected Torah, there won't be too much for them to enjoy in the spiritual worlds to come. They simply don't have the training, the preparation for it.
B'chol ha'oseh toraso tefela, and anyone who makes his Torah secondary, umalachto ikar, and his work primary, osin oso makes himself tefela secondary, l'olam haba, in the world to come. Rabbi Levi, I don't know, what is this?
I think Rutzel means to say.
Means to say, afilu,
Afal pi.
even though, shelo asa avera, he didn't do an avera,
Right.
velo asa ha-Torah, and he didn't do Torah, or he didn't
Well,
make Torah
Iker.
ikar,
Let's say he was very good. He was okay. He wasn't stealing, lying, cheating. He wasn't doing all the things. He ate kosher, kept Shabbos, right? But he simply didn't give precedence to Torah.
Yeah, he didn't do averas, but he didn't make his Torah primary.
Right.
Afilu, even im haya, even if it was, I don't know, do we say roy?
He was fitting. He was fit.
Fitting, okay. Lios began Aiden. It was even
He
if
deserved.
he was fitting to be in Gan Eden. Tefel, yeah, Shema. His name?
No, he's there. Being there. Nevertheless, even if he's fit to come into Gan Eden, which is a Madrega, right?
Oh, but he'll be secondary
He'll be
there.
secondary there. There are going to be those who are primary, and those will be secondary.
I've been
Yeah.
going to.
So what have we said? We said the same thing really already.
Yeah, exactly. It was a bit repetitious. Yeah, but
I go to Rabbi Elephant Shear at the Mir on Thursday nights. I'm quite sure.
Yeah.
I'm going with my son, and Mom was talking about this exact issue of Sukkot. All the children's down. We started talking about Gan Eden, and Gan Eden, you're sitting there and you're learning Torah with Hashem.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking specifically about Yeshiva Bachram. Says, if you don't enjoy your learning, if you're not prepared to do your learning, you're not going to be prepared in Olam Haba, because you're there to learn, and if you don't enjoy your learning and you get into your learning, You're wasting your time. All of all will be ahead for you because there's nothing for you to do.
That's right. It's unfortunate. So I mean, a person has to somehow have a relationship with Torah, because that's the amazing Tal Torah. You have to all these things. It's the neglect of Torah is people say, oh well, you know, I'm not cut out to be a Talmud Chacham. Let's no, I mean, okay. So you can learn Pirkei Avos. There's Mishnah Berurah you can learn. You know, we're not expecting you don't have to go, you know, into the deep analysis of many different Rishonim and Achronim and Hekiras, what's going on in the Gemara. You know, you're not expected to do that. But again, it used to be that Balabatim in Europe, they would have their day's work. They would come to the shul. And one group would sit and learn and Yaakov, one would learn Chayadim, you know, and they sit and learn it, whatever they were able to, Rashi with Chumash, whatever they were able to relate to, and they make it their business to participate to their full extent. Right? The Chavetz Chaim says, he writes in his Sefer Shem Olam, that a person, for some reason or other, he's not able to devote even any time, let's say, during the week, days to Torah. It's just simply, you know, he's got to get on that 7:15 train to Manhattan. You know, that means he's got to daven, you know, before, like, you know, and on the train he's just like, you know, just so tired. So, you know, it's trying to get a, you know, a little rest. And by the time he gets home, it's, you know, maybe 8 o'clock. You know.
So my son does a Daf Yomi show on the train.
I mean, yeah, sure. Right. So the Chavetz Chaim says, I mean, you have to look for opportunities, ways and hows to fit these things in. But if a person on Shabbos, when he does have time, he puts all his time into learning. Except if there was time he has to daven, he has to eat, he has to spend time with the family, right? So then he gets credit as if he's learning every minute of the whole week, because it shows that that's what's the ikr. But he has to take care of making a parnasa, has to do things, whatever it is. But he'd really rather be learning, but he can't for some reason. So he makes Torah the ikr on Shabbos. It becomes like that's the ikr of his whole existence.
I've been to the last 3 Siyur Shas in New York, and 2 Siyums ago, I remember Rabbi Friend from Yerushalayim was speaking, and he was talking about the growth of Daf Yomi between that Siyum and the one before that. And he said, you know, the one before that, which was 18 years ago or something right now, he said, there were people who learned Daf Yomi, and Arshko really hadn't come out. It was just starting to come out. But he said by the next time they come around, Daf Yomi had grown, had totally changed the level of expectations of what a Ben Torah did. I mean, if, you know, these days, if a Ben Torah doesn't learn Daf Yomi, he's not learning. I mean, everybody, you know, the growth in just the learning because of what's available in terms of tools that make it so much easier for you. Just, you know.
I remember when I was in my, I guess my mid-20s, so it was a Siyum Shas, and of course I wasn't relating to it at all at that point so much. But I remember, I think it was I can't remember if it was in the Felt Forum or was it Madison Square Garden?
Madison Square Garden. Yeah, that was 3 cycles ago.
Yeah, that was Madison Square Garden. So yeah.
So the last time was in Giant Stadium.
Yeah. Hopefully this one will be in Eretz Yisrael, and you know, everyone will be here finishing shots. So,
Amen.
okay, let's see a little bit more what we're being asked to do. This is the main point. Oma ma'at v'asa harbe. So Shammai is telling you, like, you find sometimes people that they like to do a lot of talking, but when it comes time to doing, they don't do so much. And we learned this out from actually Avram Avinu, if I'm not mistaken. The Rebbeinu is going to bring this down. As a matter of fact, we'll see. Let's take a look what he has to say.
Kishe said a tougher give me the big print, but I can't read it.
Yeah, kishav tiach.
Kishechav tiach
Es chavrecha.
es chavrecha la'asos ba'avera
V'avuroi.
ba'avur roi.
Okay, so when you make a promise to your friend to do something for his sake, so you're promising to do something for the sake of your friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Shum davar, nothing. Amor, say lo to him.
Right.
Don't say anything to him. Me'at, less, v'oseh, and do lo for him harbe.
Right. So when you
So, shum davar amor lo, me'at.
you don't say anything except a bit.
Except a bit, okay, that makes sense. And do for him a lot. When you make a promise to your friend to do something for him,
Right.
don't say a lot, but do a lot.
Right. I mean, if you're gonna have to try and do something to help somebody, so mention maybe one or 2 points, and don't go into too many details. Don't make too many promises, right? But rather, when it comes time to doing, then show them what you're really able to do.
Like Abraham with the angels.
Oh, we'll see. That will be one of the proofs to this.
Come, I'll give a little bite to eat, and then he gives them each their own animal.
Yeah. And who? That will be the proof coming up right now.
V'hu mi derech ha musar, and this is the way of ethics.
Good.
V'ha chasidut, and righteousness or kindness.
Good.
V'limadnu, that and we learn may Avraham from Avraham Avinu.
Ava Shalom. Ava Hashalom.
Ava
Peace.
Hashalom.
Oh, Allah Hashalom.
Peace be upon
Peace be upon him. De Kasi, as it is written, Ve'ekcha, pas, and
Pas lechem.
pas lechem, make cakes, make bread.
He told him, take pas lechem. I mean, take some bread. He said, take some bread.
Take some bread. Ahar kach, and afterwards, vikach, take chamea, chama,
That's butter.
butter, v'chelev, and cream,
Chalav.
v'chalav, and
Like milk.
milk, yaven, uben,
Habakar.
habakar.
That's actually that's a pasuk. So he originally said, take some bread. And what did he bring them? He brought them butter and milk, and Ben Bakar brought them the whole feast.
Ben bakar is an animal?
I don't know. Ben Bakar is referring to
Young
an ox, an ox, calf.
The go, etc.
Well, so you see from this what?
That he said a little bit a lot.
Right. Perish, Acher,
Perush Acher, another source,
explanation.
Amor me'at, say a little. V'osei harbe, and do much. V'hi, and she,
But this, no, and it is, meaning it is.
right. Midas is a characteristic. Elionot, a high characteristic. Or votinu,
Rabosenu Zal,
v'rabosenu, and our rabbis, Zal, of blessed memory, limido, they learned, mehakadosh baruch hu, from Hashem,
it's Yisparach.
Yisbarach, Hashem blessed, was blessed.
Right, so this we learn from Avraham Avinu that it's derech musar, ethical, and chassidus, and righteousness and kindness. That's what we learn from Avraham Avinu. There's another explanation that it's a midah. It's something which is very ethereal, very spiritual, and that the Chazal right, have taught us, have learned from a Kadosh Baruch Hu Yisparach. Now why?
Shelo hiftiach ella bishtei osios. Don't do something except with 2 signs.
It's like this, that Kadosh Baruch Hu didn't give a promise. When Hashem was promising, he only promised using 2 words. Ela b'shtei osios, only with 2 words.
Hiftiach is to promise.
Right.
Okay. Shene Amar, as it is said, Dan Anochi,
So
I will judge.
I will judge. So this, maybe it's worthwhile seeing in the Chumash. This is Hashem's promise to Avraham Avinu, gracious. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me read. Helps me stay awake.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. This is right after the the Milchama with the 4 and 5 kings.
Tesvav Yudam.
Right. That's love. You. Yeah, if we go back to Yud Gimel, we'll get a running start here. This is the verse brain of the sign of the relation of the Kadosh Baruch Hu to Avraham Avinu about the future of his offspring. So you have there in Tesvav Yud Gimel. Have it there?
Good demo here.
Mm-hmm. Right. So this is the Kadosh Baruch Hu speaking to Avraham Avinu.
Vayomer Abraham, Yada, Teda, shall surely know, Ki Ger, that a stranger, yeah, you will be, Zaracha, the Eretz. I'm not sure what Zaracha is.
Okay, so
Your seed,
Right.
your offspring will be
Right.
strangers in the land,
Right.
lo lahem, that is not theirs.
So you should know that Ki Ger Yeh Zarecha Be'eretz Lo Lehem. You should know that there'll be strangers. Your offspring will be strangers in a land that's not theirs.
Strangers in a strange land.
Yeah.
The Avdus, and they will be slaves.
Avdum.
Pardon?
Avadum.
There'll be
It's in them, not a sound.
Oh, Avadum, I got it. Va'anu, and they'll be poor,
they'll be oppressed.
oppressed. Osam, and they will oppress them. Arba me'os shana, 400 years.
Right. So they'll be subjugated and they'll be oppressed for 400 years.
Begam et ha-goy, ha-gio,
Goy.
The nation, right? The Gam Es Hagoy, and also that nation.
and also that nation. But isn't it? That's not a vowel. Okay, I got it. Asher Ya'av do, that enslaves. Dan will be judged. Anochi, I, ve'acharei Cain, and afterwards. Oh, I will judge them, and afterwards, Yetzu, they will go out. Berechush gadol, with great wealth.
Right. So also that nation that had enslaved them, when you got his Baruch Hu, I will judge that nation. After the judgments of that nation, Yetzu Berechush gadol, your offspring will go out with a great wealth. So that's the promise of the Baruch Hu to Avraham Avinu. So now let's take a look back at the Rebbeinu Yonah. That's what he's referring to. Right?
Okay. We were at Midas.
Yeah. Midas El Yonos Rabosinu Zal.
We're first there.
Mhm.
Zal, okay. The Madu.
They learned this. They learned this.
Mehakadosh Baruch Hu, Yisbarach. They learned it from Hashem. Shelo havtiach, that should not promise Ella except, or only promise,
that Hashem only promised.
Vishtei osios, with two signs.
The two words. In this case, osios means words.
2 words.
Hashem, in his promise to Avraham Avinu, right, Hashem only used the promise containing 2 words.
Shene'emar dan anochi.
That's
And
what
it
it says.
says, I will judge them. Oh, and that covers like all the plagues and the Red Sea and everything.
Everything, everything that was included in that was with 2 words. All that was included.
Wow. Ugavam b'sheva v'esrim 27.
Right.
Milot words.
Right. But Golom, and they were redeemed b'shiva v'esri milos, and they were redeemed with
Redeemed.
27
words.
Shenemar, and this is the
Shenemar, as it says, O Hanisa Elokim Lavo Lekachat Lo Goy Mikrav Mikerev Goy.
And Hashem is going to come and redeem a nation from the midst of another nation.
What's Hanisa?
One second.
Hanisa. Maybe he promised?
I think, Hanisa, I think like Nisa is like a little like travel, right, to bring forth. Yeah.
Brought forth Hashem to come and to take to him a nation from the midst of a nation.
So that's
To go, etc.
So that's basically the point that he's making, is that it's a midah of using only a short, speaking briefly, succinctly, not making large promises, but rather doing a lot. Right? That's what we learned. Now we're going to go into an explanation of the Rebbeinu Yonah based on Rav Sadja Gaon. He's going to follow up with this concept. Let's see.
Va'al zeh, and concerning this, Amar Reb Sadja Gaon, he said, Zal, blessed memory, Im lahav tiach, if there's a promise et avosenu, to our forefathers,
Right.
Bishtei osios, with 2 words, oseh lahem, doing for them, comma, like nisim, miracles.
Many.
Comma, many, not comma, many miracles, beniflaos, and wonders.
So now this is the beginning. This is the beginning of his statement. If when it came time for the Kadosh Baruch Hu that he gave a promise, right, to Avraham Avinu regarding his offspring in Mitzrayim, and that was only with 2 words, and with those 2 words Hashem did many miracles and wonders. Right? With those 2 words, many miracles and wonders were included in those 2 words.
Right, 613.
Well,
No,
that's mitzvahs. That's my Torah. This is the
plagues,
Dan Anochi. These 2
jumps.
words, the Dan Anochi, the judgments, the punishments that the Egyptians received at the hand of the Kadosh Baruch Hu, all those miracles and wonders that were included in those judgments and plagues in the Yam Suf, those were all included in the Hashem's promise to Avraham in just 2 words of Dan Anochi.
Right.
So you put that together with the Makos lasted 10 months, a whole year, whatever, one way or the other way. And look at it, lasted a long time, and they suffered very much, and the Yam Suf even more so. All those things that occurred to them were because of 2 words of promise of Hashem to Avraham Avinu.
Right.
Okay. so now he's going to now relate that to us.
Al ha-geula, concerning the redemption, ha'atida, Asida lavo, the redemption to come.
Right, the future redemption to come. So therefore, now transferring what we know that happened to the Mitzrayim, to the Egyptians, we want to transfer that, what's going to happen in the Geula Asida lavo, in the redemption that's going to come in the future.
Sheniktavu, that it is written, kama dafim, many pages, v'kama kun de racine, and many somethings.
Could just seem like many treatises or
Explanations.
well, could just seem like a treatise, many essays.
Okay. V'kama siparim, and many stories.
Sfarim, books.
What?
Sfarim, books.
Oh, Sfarim. Sfarim. May have tichos. May have tachos.
Of promises.
Of promises. The kama
Nechamos.
nechamos. I know what nechamos is, but I don't remember. Consolations.
Consolations. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, right. Yirmiyah,
right?
from the prophet Yirmiyah, B'Nevi'im, and other prophets.
Good.
Al, concerning achas, one, comma, many, the comma, and many. Achas kama v'kama is probably a phrase.
This is a phrase. Al achas kama v'kama. Al achas kama v'kama. On these so much more so. Kama on al achas on this so much more so. Meaning on the Geula Asida Lovoy, in the Geula that's going to come in the future, so much more so is going to be. We'll explain. We'll go into it after let's finish what he says, and then we'll explain a little bit more.
Ki, when?
Since.
Nif la'im, they befell, or they will befall.
Well, this might be wondrous in Nifloim, might be from Niflois. Ki Nifloim, Hayimasa.
Haya? No. You?
You, yeah.
Because wonders will be, and may asav, done.
The Nifloim, they come from the Ma'asav, the wonders come through in reference to Kadosh Baruch Hu. The wonders are coming from a Kadosh Baruch Hu, his Ma'asav.
Mima, from what? Shehav tiach, that he promised, nafshenu, yodat ma'od. What's nafshenu?
Ourselves, or
ourselves, to know very much.
Right. So let's just review this. Okay, if we have included in those two words of Dan Anochi, there was the Hashem promised Avraham Avinu, all the Eser Matos and all the things that took place in the Yam Suf, everything we've been learning and reading about the last several weeks. So, and that was just with two words. So then, the Geula Asid Lavoy, that's going to come in the future, so much more so, there'll be Niflois and Nisim, wonders and miracles from Hashem, who has promised much more in the form of all the things that was said in and by the prophets, right?
And in the treatises and in the books.
Yep. Basically, all that we find in Tanakh.
So if you compare that to two words, so it's phenomenal.
Phenomenal, exactly. much more phenomenal than we can even
So
try
the
and
miracles and wonders that happen in the redemption are going to be so much greater than what happened at Matan Torah,
It's right.
right?
That's right.
That's hard to understand
Mm.
because they were so great then.
Right.
It's hard to understand how they could be. I mean, we're
How
talking
could it
about
have to
like a
be-
million times more.
Yeah, how could you have anything more than that?
Right.
But that's the fact.
That's wow. That's amazing.
One more line.
The Yeshlo, there is to him
There's
L'adam.
L'adam. There's to a person, yeah, the das, to know.
the das to know the chashav
Shoy,
the lachshov
to ponder, contemplate,
contemplate b'derech
bedover.
b'davar with a word with the way in the way.
Well, this bedover in this thing, bedover. He should know and contemplate this thing.
Oh, it's not derech, it's davar.
Bedover, right. He should know and contemplate this thing.
This thing, ula tachas, ula tate, and to give, et lavo, his heart, ki sachar, because a reward, gadol, great, yeh, will be low for him. Mipnei, because of havtichos, the promises.
Right. So a person should know and think about this, contemplate this thing, and to pay attention. Let's say as Levi, and to pay attention because he's scar gadol yeloi nibnei avtachos, because there's going to be quite a great reward for him because of all the promises. Right? So not just will the nisim and the flois, the wonders and miracles that will be occurring in the Gula Asida, will be so much more, many more times greater than those things that happened at the Yam Suf and in the Eser Matos in Mitzrayim, but also the world's going to be great as well. When we came out of Rechush Gadol, right, the Rechush Gadol that we came out of Mitzrayim, right, that's going to, our Rechush Gadol that we're going to come out of this Golus is going to be so much more greater as well. Right? The Medrash says that each and every one of the Jews that came out of Mitzrayim came out with, if I'm not mistaken, 70 donkeys loaded down with jewels, silver, and other valuable things. Right? And that was coming out of just the two words of Dan and Oki and Rechush Gadol. But they were going to be privileged, and that's what he's saying. We should pay attention to this, right? And realize this and know this.
It's impossible to even imagine this.
Yeah, our brains aren't really capable of imagining it so much. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Vilna Gaon says that the Yetzias Mitzrayim is just a prototype for the eventual Geula Shlomo, which we're expecting hopefully any time, possibly as soon as possible.
I mean,
Yeah.
bring on those donkeys.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll just bring it here
Each
to us.
person will get a planet.
Yeah. So again, this is Reuven Yonah, right? This is Reuven Yonah, who was a Rishon, a good 800 years or so previous to us, quoting Rav Sadikon, who was a good, let's say, 400 years for the Vayisheni, and could be at least another 800 years. This is going back to about 1,600 years ago, maybe more than that. Yeah, much more than
1,600 years
more,
ago.
it must be more than that.
So he was a Rishon?
Yeah, much because Sadonim were much more there were before the.
They're right after. The Kohanim came right after Reuven and Rabashi were on the side of the Gemara.
Yeah, so it could maybe about 1,600 years ago, possibly.
No,
The
because they were on the side of the Gemara.
Korban bias.
They were on the side of the Gemara about between 400 and 500
Mm-hmm.
CE, and the Kohanim came after. The Kohanim came after that
So
for about 200-300 years.
could be about 1,600 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less.
Or a little less.
More or less, something like that. That's what Saji Gom. Yeah. So,
He was the last of the Kohanim.
I'm not sure.
The last and next to
Yeah,
last.
it was,
Now, does this include all the miracles that are happening now and have been happening for the last 1,000 years?
not sure.
Only the,
It mentions the expression uses a little seed lavoid. It seems to be that that's a specific point in time, a specific event, rather than all the miracles that are taking place throughout all the generations that we've been in Gullus. If possibly could be everything included, possibly.
that would make it a little bit more understandable, but still not very.
Yeah. One of the kavanas that a person's supposed to have in Psukei Zimra, yeah, when we say Mizmor Soida in Psukei Zimra, right? So one of the things we're supposed to bear in mind is that, because what are we saying? Mizmor Soida Arinu Hashem Kol Haaretz Ivdu Es Hashem B'Simcha Bo L'Fana B'Ranana Du Ki Hashem Hu Elokim Hu Asanu Hu Rolo Anachnu Amo Vatzon Mori So Bo Shara B'Soida. We should come to his gates in the Beis HaMikdash with thanksgiving, B'Soida with thanksgiving, Katzresu B'Tefillah, and his courtyards with praise. Hodulo Baruch Hu Shemo. We should praise him, his great holy name, right? His holy name. Ki Toiv Hashem Lo Yalom Chazdo Vad Du Emunah. So that this is supposed to be said with the idea that we're coming to his gates, his courtyards, and we're grateful. And what are we grateful about? That all the things Hashem's been doing for us constantly throughout this whole time of Gullus, that we're still here around, and we're supposed to be thankful for that. It is definitely part of all the things Hashem is doing for us. We definitely, certainly should be aware and thankful of. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So, yeah.
I would skip that one,
Why do you skip it?
because I'm too slow.
So start early. That's why I tell people if they need to catch up.
I'd have to start at like 3 a.m.
No.
So I said everything.
You pick the main ones and you concentrate on that, and you get to say those well, then start on another, add another one.
That's what I've been
usually
doing
what
for the
those
last 30 years.
Eventually you'll learn them all.
I was told Kavanah was more important than anything else, so.
Yeah, but Kavanah is important. However, it's still we want to try and it's not good to rush through things. But, yeah. Lip service is not exactly praiseworthy, but it's important to try and keep up with the meaning. If you can't do it with one meaning, do it split it up between two meanings. Start with one meaning.
Only so much time in the day, Rabbi.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we'll get ready for the Gemara share and
Okay.
stop here.